Friday, August 6th, and we're hanging out at 1506 Haight Street. There's the corner, Haight and Ashbury right there. And we're stoked to, being a journalist in residence. There's an Acidica sign. Peggy Caserta, who used to date Janice and owned an Acidica, and basically gave the Grateful Dead all their clothes. But we're grateful to be here, and we are going to talk to Cassie, who owns Haight and more recently, let me stop clomping. More recently, the psychedelic SF art gallery, correct? Yeah. So tell me about that. So, okay. Hi, Cassie.
Hi.
What got you to SF? Let's start there.
I grew up in Georgia,
Yeah.
Northeast Georgia, like Bumblefuck, Georgia, things they don't know. But it was actually called Cumming, Georgia. It was horrible. And my life was pretty shitty there. It was pretty, just weird culture, not my people. Didn't feel like I fit in anywhere, and went to prison for some weed issues, some violation of probation for 3 years in Georgia. And when I got out, and my mom agreed with me that I needed to just move somewhere I could be myself. She's
And you'd always wanted to come to San Francisco?
I've always wanted to live on the West Coast. I wanted to live in Oregon. That was my dream. When I was in high school, I told everybody I was moving to Oregon.
All right. So what were your first impressions? How old were you when you first saw Haight Street? Let's just, because this is the Haight Street
I
book.
was 26, 25.
Yeah.
25 when I first came here. Yeah, and it was awesome. It was great. It was like summertime and it was freezing and foggy. There's no sun. And I remember like having to buy a hoodie. I loved it. It was great. We did the cable cars. We did the whole like San Francisco thing. Yeah, it was really fun. And we have a bunch of friends that live here, so we just had places to stay. So we got to kind of stay in all the neighborhoods.
So that was what year?
2010.
Okay, and now here it is 11 years later, and you freaking own with your husband Josh. Hi Josh, we love you. Pipe Dreams and that new establishment, the Psychedelic SF art gallery. Like, that's amazing. And y'all go see their shops and their art gallery because it's badass.
Yeah, no, it is amazing. I don't really know how it happened. We're just stars aligned, I guess.
I mean,
I know that's the stars aligned. That's what happened.
Yeah. And personally, when I come into your shop, I dig it because not that I don't dig the main part of the Main Street, but like it's like chill over there. It's like the salon or whatever. It's like
supposedly that used to be like the Hoppin' Block though, because that was where the Oracle was. The Oracle was across the street, and then there's a smoke shop. It wasn't us, but it was the one before us.
There's Jimmy Siegel. We got that right.
Actually, it was a different, but it's Jimmy Siegel got it from though. Yes.
Okay, we love you, Jimmy.
Yes, we do. But yeah, so there was like that's where you would got like your gossip, your news, your papers.
Oh yeah, your weed probably.
So like Arthur tells me stories. My friend Arthur about sitting up there and counting on the people on acid from the window and counting like. Just out your window. Like, you can tell we're on acid. Like it's just so crazy.
Not guinea pig, not guinea pig. You know.
Yeah, but he was like you could have been like a credit card between the people. There were so many people down there. It was
all right.
so crazy to think about it being like that. But it's super chill down there. I'm trying to bring a little bit more people down there. But.
So yeah, I mean, like, let's talk a little bit about the new joint, the psychedelic SF. So it's only on weekends, or you just, like you said, you're just setting up shop.
Yeah, we're brand new.
But what's the vision? Let's do that.
I mean, the vision is just like bringing art to the neighborhood, and like so many amazing things have happened to us lately, and I feel like there's a big shift in
acceptance.
Not just the world, but humanity, kind of. Like we're evolving, and I think a lot of people are waking up, and I think that.
Thank you, COVID. Thank you, COVID, in some weird way.
It really did. It allowed this opportunity for us to rent that place because it's gone down, and also just let people be introspective and like learn more about themselves. Also, not trust everything that you're told. You know what I mean? Not be completely brainwashed. And I think a lot of people are waking up, and I think the psychedelics have a lot to do with that.
Oh yeah.
Or if they don't have a lot to do with it, they will help you get there.
Yes.
They will.
Yes.
They do for a lot of people. So we're all about like legalization or decriminalization, of psychedelics.
Yeah.
So anything that is in that, topic, we're happy to cover. We're gonna have like, I talked to the lady at the Psychedelic Society, and they're gonna start having their meetings there.
Yeah.
You know, like once a month or whatever. So we'll have a space where you can go and you can have meetings for, you know, like-minded people, like anywhere up to like 50
Wow, like
people.
round tables, like if it was me and I wanted to have my board of directors for the Haight Street Voice, I could have like everybody just hang out there, be around the vibe instead of like on the phone or like, you know,
And I think that and you'll be surrounded by badass art while you do it, you know. And then we have the basement, which is gonna have like a big screen for watching movies, screening films and stuff like that too. So,
wow, that's a whole new thing.
yeah, so it'll be cool. So it's just like
Get some groovy like fur couches down there and shit. Some pillows.
What's that movie where he like pets the wall?
Exactly.
Right.
You're picking up what I'm laying down. Yeah.
But yeah, so my partner and I he wants to do during the week to be more like that's our mission kind of, you know. So whatever we can do to support that. So any kind of like events going on and that are like that, or so the day-to-day stuff will be open daily eventually, but it's not going to be like our main concentration. It's going to be more on the shows and the exhibits we bring to town, and then that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just had a little idea that if there were moms that didn't have babysitters, you know, from between 6 and 8, you could just have kids do coloring or whatever. You know, up to 8 kids, like, yeah, you guys can come in here and color some shit. You know what I mean?
That would be cool.
Right?
I feel like my partner would freak out with his like really expensive art all over the walls.
Oh yeah, that's true. But what are they gonna do? They're 6. But
yeah, they can color on it.
That's a new thing that I'm really.
That's cool though.
I'm really, thank you, Aisha. She's like, yeah, you gotta get some like stuff in your magazine about like kid programs and like, cause kids want to be journalists. Kids want to know how to do a print magazine.
That is our future.
They really want to like. She's like, these kids would love to like, you know.
We need to invest more in them kids.
Yes,
it's
man.
like Jacob, my son, is like 17. He's the future, you know, and he's so cool.
He's super cool.
He's come to all these realizations on his own too. Like he started meditating with no influence on me.
Wow.
Like he just learned that meditation was helpful. Like what 17-year-old just goes out and learns that? Like it's really cool to see like the youth being more like open-minded and like open to things that we know that works because we've been around long enough. But you know, I wasn't like that when I was a kid.
Not to bring it back to me, but I kind of am in that. Dr. Dave is like, yeah, I mean, I want people like you. I mean, he's 85. He's like, I want to keep that whole thing going, and kids like what you know, and it's just that is what this place is about.
Yeah, I mean,
it's sharing information that is really like not the norm. Look at America.
Yeah, opening people's minds, like just letting them see that there's a different way to live, that they can be happy no matter what the bullshit situation they're in, whatever. Right. You know, you can get
not even about being happy, but just like, all right, this is this, like being able to just look at stuff. Like,
yeah,
and
right.
be with
Accept it. Yeah, not like
be with it.
Yeah.
You know,
and see what you can do to help, because like that's what it's all about, and it's so rewarding to help people, or to like like when tourists come into our shop from like, you know, other parts of the country, whatever.
Talk a little more slowly. Cassie always talks fast, so I'm gonna make her slow down.
Sorry, but even like myself, when people come from different parts of the country and they like see all these things they've never seen before, and then they like, you tell them about certain artists, and then you know, and like you show them how glass is made and how like, you know, and then you just like talk to them about medicine, and it's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. And we've had so many people buy their first like supplemental mushrooms from us, you know, and it really helps them. It's like, it's so much better than being on pharmaceuticals and
thank
like,
you. Or you know,
it's
other,
cool.
You know,
it's cool
Coke
working
and all that.
Because there's like, right.
Yeah.
But there's like elders that you learn a lot from here, and then you can also like, you know, I'm finally at the age where I feel like I have a little bit to share with people too.
Oh, you have a ton.
So it's like it's a cool environment, especially at Pipe Dreams, because everyone just hangs out and everyone instantly hangs out. Like it's something about that shop. It's just chill. Like makes you super comfortable. But I've learned so much working there, and then I've also like met some really cool people that are like call me and be like, thank you so much, you know.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah. And the Oracle was right across the street, so it's probably got some. There's a lot of interesting, forward-thinking minds hanging out.
When we bought the shop, there was a photograph, a Polaroid, in the desk drawer that no one told us about. It was in there, of Timothy Leary and Albert Hoffman together in Germany. 1993, so it wasn't that long ago, but 93.
Yeah.
It was a Polaroid just sitting in the desk drawer, And I was
wow. Where is that photo right now? That should be blown up and be a fucking wall.
Well, supposedly, I talked to Mark about it, and supposedly they...
I mean, this is inside. This is off the record. We'll talk about that off the record. But anyway, can you imagine it being like the entire wall?
They sold 12 of them and the money went to charity, so I don't know...
Well, let's talk about that offline because I have a friend who does like that.
Yeah,
we can take a photograph and make it as big as the wall.
It's a great photo.
I got it.
It's really cool.
So, all right. So, imparting information. That's the culture of the neighborhood. So, okay, this is usually how I kind of like. So, what would if you could just have a microphone and talk to everybody in the neighborhood? It's hyper local with a global perspective. It's about community. It's about no matter where you live. What would you love to say to not only the Haight-Ashbury area community, and from your, like you could say anything to everybody, but globally as well. What would you like to say? It's a big question.
It is a big question. I think it's just like help each other, be there for each other, plant medicine versus anything else.
Listen to some awesome music.
Get your head right, get your mind right. Smoking pot's not bad, like doing, plant medicines, having certain psychedelic experiences can be really beneficial. Yeah. And like, I don't know, I think the whole thing we gotta do right now is just help humanity as a whole because it's kind of scary the direction it's going right now, but I know like in my heart there's enough good people out there that we can turn the shit around, but we have to just actively do that,
Awesome. Love you. All right, so we're gonna come on. Let's get out. We were doing it because there's too much noise. Oh shit, that's all right. Whatever that was. So here we are on the street of which we speak, right, Cassie?
Yeah, right at Haight-Ashbury.
I mean, this joint right here. Is this what you're talking about? Here we are. Wow. Yeah. It was like the reverse, like open with a big. Oh, enjoy that pizza. Wait, give me a little, Perfect. Oh, I love it. Love you, Cassie.
Love you too.